Greetings everyone, and welcome back to the shed of endless possibilities. Right folks, I'm going to read a few poems. I hope you enjoy them. There's both rhyme and free verse in the ones I'm reading, and these are from my book Ordo Strigoi Vii, which is a vampire journal. And that's me on the back there. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I will begin. Where are we? Poem number 1 is Nosferatu. From the darkness he appears, the smell of death, earth from some far-off distant land on his hands. From the ornate casket his resting place, standing alive, yet dead for many centuries. His flesh the colour of a grave-bound corpse, dark eyes that pierce through to the heart that pumps that precious blood through veins, to a pulsing neck that will quench his thirst. Imposing figure standing tall against the night, cape rippling in the breeze, the full moon in his eyes, sniffing the cold night air for scent of prey, listening for footsteps along the cobbled roads. At the bottom of the steps with the abbey high above, drifting smoke from chimneys swirls filling the air, the scent of burning driftwood mixed with peat, gaslight reflecting on the wet cobbled street. The board inn filled with vibrant life, fishermen enjoying an ale after a hard day hauling nets. But what awaits them as they drink their last? The vampire has his thirst to quench again. He sniffs the air and walks down Church Street. Someone has just stumbled by the Black Horse Inn. The vampire swoops and attacks his unsuspecting prey. In powerful arms he is pulled back into the Black Horse Yard. Blood-stained teeth clamp on vein, biting through flesh, drinking the sweet red nectar, bringing death to life. Once again, another life carried into death's dark grip. The vampire renewed, new life flowing through his body, listening and looking for the next to satisfy his thirst. He scents a sweet perfume pervading the cold night air. A lady carrying a flagon of ale for her husband. The White Horse Yard is not far, but too far to escape. The vampire pounces again, teeth once again clamp the vein. The lady looking into his hypnotic eyes is powerless. Does he drain her of life, or does he let her live eternally? To share the spoils, the night, and an eternity as his bride. Death it is. He drains her and her life oozes into eternal night. The lifeless body, now going cold, lays in lifeless repose. The beer from the flagon runs between the cobbles. Her life was drained from that once pulsating vein. The vampire stares into the sky, sensing the coming dawn. He knows that he must return to his ornate casket, to feel his native earth envelop his skin once again. Another daylight sleep, another night to awake. He moves with grace and silent gait across the cobbles, up the steps towards the abbey, his resting place. The vampire turns and looks over the old town, his cold dark heart pulsating with fresh blood. Back to his casket in the shadow of the abbey again. What fools who have no idea where that vampire lies, in the ornate casket on the cliff-top graveyard. The undead is only sleeping among those eternally dead. Now I hope you enjoyed that one, folks. It was written while I was in Whitby.
Let me out! Let me out!
Ooh. Okay, where do you want letting out from? Right, folks. Poem number 2. And poem number 2 is about an old friend of mine called Serafina, and it's called A Night in Highgate Cemetery. Walking around Highgate Cemetery with Serafina by my side, searching and looking for victims who have nowhere to run and hide. We walk among the tombstones in a place where death is around. All of those bodies beneath us who will never make a sound. Serafina and I are immortal. Night walkers we are by new birth, fathered by Count Blavatsky, the oldest vampire on earth. We love the night, we love the hunt, to escape as they often try, but all we leave is an empty shell and dead eyes stare up to the sky. There is no escape from our kind, merciless killers driven by blood. Every living being is fair game to us, and drinking their precious flow is ever so good. So if you find yourself in the cemetery at Highgate, look at the shadows that are all around. It will be the undead, myself and Serafina, who will drain you and take you to the ground. You will never hear us approaching, silent is our gate. Darkness is our cover, behind the tombstones and trees, just waiting and watching, biding our time to pounce. We take no notice of screams and pleas. Death is there awaiting you with a cold and icy grip. Myself and Serafina, the creatures of the night, biting your vein, tearing your flesh, the shadow of your demise cast by the pale moonlight. That's that one, folks. And the last one, if I can find it, is Elizabeth de Orio. Elizabeth de Orio came one night visiting me in a lucid dream. She displayed as a cruel person who enjoyed to hear her victims scream. Eviscerated bodies scattered in a dark and lonely tomb, placed in the fetal position within the earthen womb. Her thirst for blood knew no end, her viciousness even worse. Ever since the day she was created, the night evil gave her birth. Her heart it pumps pure blackness, born from her very soul. It was Nathaniel who bade her to drink from his poisoned bowl. Nathaniel was a brute beast, whose dark soul thirsted for more. He made Elizabeth de Orio his victim, as he took her from a ballroom floor. He took her to his special place, where he tore and ripped her apart, knowing that she would reign with him with no feeling in her heart. Together they terrorised London, so much death in the wake of their stay, hunting and feeding in darkness, then sleeping in the light of day. It was in my dreams she came to me. I was transfixed by her jet black eyes. I know no matter who has seen them is the very next person to die. She beckoned me with her finger. I walked to her with nervous gait. She pulled me towards her and kissed me. My heart beat at an alarming rate. Was I the next man to die, to be eviscerated, to live again? As I felt her teeth sink into my neck, she said, "Nathaniel, I'm home again." So that's another one of the vampire ones, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed what you've heard. If you have, please hit that like button, leave a comment in the box below, hit the bell icon for future uploads, and if you're not yet subscribed, Come and join us. Won't cost you a penny, helps the channel grow, and we become part of that bigger community.
The time has come.
Very interesting. As always, my friends, I will say to you all, Namaste. Enjoy the rest of the day, everyone. Bye for now.